Hello everybody. In this video, I'm going to talk about why Six Flags New England needs to add a launch coaster in 2020. In case you guys are wondering about the quality, I am recording this on my computer, not my camera, because my camera is being a prick at the moment. Six Flags New England needs a launch coaster, and they should get it in 2020. They have a wooden coaster, they have a floorless, they have 2 boomerangs, they have a mega coaster. In 2020, Six Flags New England is going to get a launch coaster. So first, let's take a look at their launch coaster history. And way back in the day, Six Flags New England actually had a launch coaster. It was called Black Widow. It was an old aero launch loop. These coasters were popular back in the 80s and 90s. Pretty rare nowadays. I don't know how many there are in the world, but can't be that many. Layout consists of a launch of up to a very unimpressive 45 miles per hour, a vertical loop that usually makes you bump your head, and a spike, and then you do it all backwards. So it's basically the early version of a boomerang. So I guess you could say basically that Six Flags New England has had 3 boomerangs in its history, which makes me hurt my head. Which hurts my head thinking about it. Since removing Black Widow in 1999, Six Flags New England has added multiple new coasters. Notable additions include 2000 being a massive year for the park by adding 3 coasters. Flashback, a Vekoma Boomerang, Bizarro, later rethemed as Superman, an Intamin Mega Coaster, and Catwoman's Whip, a Zyre Family Coaster. In 2008, Six Flags New England was expected to get the Dark Knight Coaster, but due to some permit issues and the city of Agawam being like, no, that coaster's too cool, even though it kind of sucks. So it was originally installed already at Six Flags Great Adventure in Great America, and those 2 cities had no problems with them. So due to permit issues causing the ride to be unable to be built, they would later open the 3rd one over at Six Flags Mexico, which even Mexico takes as right, but I don't think it's a big deal. New England already had a Wild Mouse coaster, which is a long name. Also in 2012, Six Flags New England added the worst roller coaster in its park's history, and it's still there. What the hell? Get rid of it already. So who would build this coaster? So the $1 million question is, who would build this new coaster? You could pretty much rule out Intamin and B&M, since we haven't seen Six Flags work with Intamin recently, and B&M has only built 1 launch coaster, so they probably aren't considered a juggernaut in this department. S&S is probably our best bet here, since Six Flags is actually adding an S&S in 2019. S&S coasters also seem to sell for pretty cheap. Mack Rides is extremely expensive and doesn't seem like a manufacturer that Six Flags would work with. So Coaster Type 1, Vertical Velocity. The popular rumor for the past few years now is that Six Flags America would remove Vertical Velocity and relocate it to Six Flags America. What if Six Flags Great America moved V2 to New England instead? It may not be the best coaster in the world, but it still fits a need for the park. Like I said, Mack coasters can be extremely expensive sometimes, even more expensive than B&M. Copperhead Strike being the biggest investment in the park's history, despite adding a Giga in 2015, tells you all you need to know. So for Six Flags, that has to be a massive turnoff. And with Six Flags New England not being one of the Six Flags New England not being one of the big 3 or even top 5, there's no doubt Six Flags would be very, very doubtful about spending that much money on this park. In 2019, we are finally getting another air launch coaster, which is awesome because it's been so long since we got one. The last one we got was Hypersonic XLC at King's Dominion. And that closed in 2007, I believe. So it's awesome to be seeing us get another one in 2019. And not only is it awesome to be seeing another one get installed, but it gives us hope that Six Flags will open more of these, because they're... I haven't ridden Max Force yet because it's not open yet. Damn it. But, I bet it's going to be cool. I don't think they'll clone Max Force. They'll probably have to give it a unique layout, but it could definitely be one of the best rides in the park. So now, let's go over some areas where they could put this ride in. The first spot that they could put this in at is, right now you're looking at a picture of Goliath. That is a very good place to put this ride in. It's not the biggest plot of land in the world. White circle is where Goliath is, the entire area of that ride. And the green circle is where you can put the queue. The red circle, I believe is the color I circled it. The red circle is where you would put the station. White circle is where you would put the ride itself. That seems like a pretty good amount of space for that to go. I think, at least. So then, let's talk about the next spot. By the way, also next to Goliath, you could remove Flashback too if you feel like it. Nobody really likes Flashback or Goliath too much at that park. I have a lot of friends, and I've talked to a lot of people around there. They don't care about either of them. I don't think there's a single person that would miss Goliath. Maybe there's one or two crazy people that would miss Flashback and would maybe be like really objective towards that, but I don't know who they are, and I don't think they really matter too much. I mean, what are they gonna do? Sue you? So this next spot that you're looking at should be, I don't know what it's called now. Well, it's Vekoma SLC, and we all know how the world perceives Vekoma SLCs. They're the worst creation on Earth. So, I didn't circle like a bunch of colors. I just circled the whole outline because if you look at this, it's a pretty big plot of land. It's pretty big. I mean, you could definitely fit something good in there. I went and found 3 places where you could put a coaster in. I didn't feel like doing research for hours and hours, so I just got 3 locations. Mind Eraser. Is that what it's called now? What's it called now? Is it Dark Knight now? Did it get rethemed to something? I feel like it got rethemed to Batman or something. Why do I feel like it got rethemed to Batman? I'm gonna have to do some research after that.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So yeah, Mind Eraser. I don't know how people perceive it. I wrote it. I didn't like it. It's an SLC. Get rid of it. I don't care. Get rid of it. It's nothing. Get rid of it. Just get rid of it. How many times do I have to say get rid of it before they get rid of it? Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. So, what next? So the next spot we're going to look at is, this is the spot for Pandemonium. This is probably the least likely spot, and if they do use this spot, I guarantee it probably means that they're going to add vertical velocity instead of anything else, which is probably the least wanted solution to all this, because I don't know how New Englanders feel, but I don't think they would want a relocated coaster to be added to the park, especially right after they got the Joker in 2017. So maybe let's not do vertical velocity, but yeah, Pandemonium, it's a spot. I don't think there's too many people who really care about Pandemonium. I know, it's a good family ride. I know families probably like it. Families probably think it's the best thing on Earth, but it's not that good, honestly. It's really not. All in all, that's my video on Six Flags New England getting a launch coaster in 2020. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Also, some notes about this location I'm recording in. Again, like I said, I'm using my computer's camera. That's right there. Hopefully the quality's fine. I mean, I'm looking at it right now and it doesn't look too bad. I just couldn't record on my camera because the audio is so bad. So at least, with the computer, maybe the quality is shit, but at least the audio is... Yeah. Six Flags Day, and I will see you in the next video.
I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.